What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim Sports Talk, and we're continuing the record predictions for the 2021 NFL season. We're moving on to the AFC South, and we have the Houston Texans, the dumpster fire of the NFL 2021 NFL season, and that pretty much sums up my prediction. We can end the video now, but let's go ahead and take a look at their roster. And Deshaun Watson's listed as the fourth-string quarterback. He's most likely out of there. Disastrous. One of the better quarterbacks, probably top 5 in the league right now. Once out, obviously we all know the whole situation there. Terrible, terrible news. They went and got Tyrod Taylor. Meh. They did draft Davis Mills, who I kind of liked, but not in this situation. I thought he needed to go to a solid team, a solid foundation, and he could be a game manager type quarterback. He's not a franchise changer quarterback for Davis Mills, and so basically you got nothing there. They went and signed Mark Ingram and Phillip Lindsay in the offseason. They still have David Johnson, who a little bit of injury concerns, but David Johnson is a nice running back. They traded, unfortunately, the best receiver in the league, or second best receiver in the league, for David Johnson. But yeah, that's what they did. Phillip Lindsay, hard runner. I like Phillip Lindsay a lot from Denver, but not much in the pass game. He's mostly just a hard runner. Mark Ingram is 32 years old or something crazy, like super old. Okay, well, not really helping yourself right here. Brandon Cooks, their number one receiver. He did have over 1,000 yards receiving last year, but that was with Deshaun Watson throwing the football and Will Fuller taking some pressure. Chris Conley from the Chiefs. I think he actually played for the Jags last year. He did nothing over there in Jacksonville. Kiki Kuti, I actually do like. He played with Pat Mahomes, actually. I like Kiki Kuti a little bit. So the receiving core is one of their strongest performers, honestly, and I don't even think they're that. I still think they're outside the top 15 in the league. That's how bad this team is right now. It's pretty abysmal. Their tight end, Jordan Atkins, they actually drafted Brevin Jordan out of the University of Miami. He's not even listed on here, but he did play in the preseason game. He had 1 catch, 11 yards, 3 targets. Their offensive line is bad. I mean, Larry Tunsil they got from Miami. He's the only good lineman they have. Marcus Cannon opted out last season. We'll see what he does, and he's normally a tackle. They're putting him at guard. Titus Howard, their pick from, I believe, 2019, was okay last year. Nothing great. They have a bad offensive line. Going over to their defense, basically their entire defensive line last year was rated in the PFF grade of 40 range. I haven't seen that. I usually go through and just look at their PFFs real quick just to kind of get an idea of what they were rated, and I've never seen such bad grades immediately down the list. It was like 45, 42, 41. I'm like, oh, it's even somehow going into this, it's worse than I thought. I already thought it was bad, and yet somehow it's worse than I thought in this team. They're so bad. Zach Cunningham, though, was an absolute tackling machine. He had 164 tackles, I believe, total. Over 100 solo tackles. I think it was 106 solo tackles. So that was like the one bright spot on their defense that was horrible last year. They did sign Kevin Pierre-Louis from Washington. He played okay last year, but he's not coming from a great linebacking group, and he was playing behind a much better front four in Washington, of course, with Chase Young, Montez Sweat and company, and meh over there. Bradley Roby, probably their best corner. He's going to still facing his suspension from PEDs last year. I'm not sure exactly how many games he's supposed to miss, but it's supposed to be the first couple of games he misses to that still. They also have a bunch of people on COVID. We'll see how long those last. Yeah, this team is bad. And I mean bad. They have plummeted since going to the playoffs a couple years ago. This is unbelievable. They were a 4-12 football team. They clearly got worse, especially if Deshaun Watson doesn't play. And then they went from Bill O'Brien, horrible head coach, and / GM or whatever. Everything about him was terrible, okay? They went from that, and they could have waited for a guy like Bieniemy from the Chiefs, right? The offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. They could have waited for a guy like that. Just one more week. Just wait. Okay, and he would probably be looking for a head coaching job, especially since Deshaun Watson was not in the crapper yet. He may have wanted this job, which would have been a much more interesting hire than Culley, or David Culley, I think his name is, from the Ravens. They were one of the worst passing offenses in the league, and you hire their offensive passing coordinator? How does that even come about? How is that somebody that you're even looking at? Like, if I go down the list and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's look at the teams worst in this category, passing. All right, who's their passing coordinator, coach? Yeah, let's give him an interview. What? Oh, they were the worst in the run? Oh, okay, can you give me their linebacking coach phone number? I would like to hire him as my head coach. Like, what are we thinking? Well, luckily it's not we. I'm not a Texans fan. But this is a bad, bad football team who just somehow gets worse every day it's going on. Like, Deshaun Watson was at practice. Now apparently he skipped yesterday's practice. I don't know. Let's look at their schedule. All right, we got Jacksonville, who I think is a much improved team. They got Trevor Lawrence, who looked fantastic in the preseason game. Urban Meyer, I'm not sure is about a head coach, but they're a nice young football team. Browns are going to absolutely destroy this Texans team. Carolina is a nice young team as well. I like Matt Rule, and I like what they're doing over there. I think their defense is actually quietly becoming one of the top 10 defenses in the league. We'll see how that pans out. Buffalo, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, enough said. Patriots is probably one of their worst teams on the schedule that they have to face because of just the lack of talent up there. But it's still Bill Belichick. Are they really going to beat the Patriots with Tyrod Taylor and company and David Culley as the head coach? Probably not. Colts, I really like the Colts this year. Hopefully Carson Wentz can get it together. But I like the Colts, period. I think the GM is awesome. They have to go against them twice. I don't think they're beating those guys at all. The Cardinals, they're gonna. I don't have them having a very good season, but I think still the Cardinals are a way better team than the Texans. The Rams are gonna destroy them. It's not even gonna be a fun game to watch. The Dolphins were 10-6 last year. I don't see how this team keeps up with a 10-6 team, especially with no Watson. If Watson's playing, I may give like a couple more wins, but we'll get there. Tennessee. Another division game, maybe? The Titans should be way better, but I just think maybe a division game. The Jets, this might be one of their chances to win a game, maybe? Before Zach Wilson really takes off, maybe, as a real quarterback in the league. But at the same time, I really like Saleh over there in New York. I don't think they're going to beat the New York Jets. And we're already back to the Colts. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson, they're not slowing down Russell Wilson with this defense. I mean, come on. That defensive line, Russell Wilson's going to maybe run for 100 yards on them, okay? It's going to be bad. Jacksonville again. The Chargers, nice young team, super talented team all around. They're one of those teams that I thought it was going to be an okay team, and then I looked at their roster, and I actually liked them more. It's funny. Where the Texans, I was already so low, somehow I found a way to like them worse. Chargers were the opposite. San Francisco, by this time, maybe will be banged up, and maybe you'll have a shot. And even then, with Kyle Shanahan and company, I don't care who they have. They could have all second stringers, and I still would give them a shot to beat this team with no Deshaun Watson. The Tennessee Titans again. I have this team going 1-16, and I'm going to give the win to one of the Jacksonville games. I'm going to say you upset a division rival, and you take out one of the Jacksonville teams, and I don't even feel good about that. I don't know who the one win's going to come from, but I think they're going to go 1-16. They're that bad. They're a complete train wreck of the NFL, and 1-16 is all I'm going to give them. Seriously, they're going to get the number one pick, and then they're going to go get maybe Spencer Rattler or Sam Howell, and maybe try to regroup and do something and try to offload some pieces. I know the Eagles are interested in Deshaun Watson. Maybe they make that move and try to add more and more capital and realize, oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't trade my first-round picks like that, and then all of a sudden now I don't even have a top 3 pick anymore. A la the Dolphins just made so many moves, right, and still got their guy Jalen Waddle apparently is who they wanted. Who knows? Houston Texans 1-16. You guys let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also in the description below, there's a Discord link. Hop on our Discord and come talk some football. And last but not least, there are donation links in the description below. If you feel so kind, you can donate to the channel. And until next time.